questions I had is, what advice would you give to someone who is feeling lost in their career?
That's interesting because working at a community college, I encounter a lot of people who come back to school, and community college is their option because it doesn't cost as much and it's just kind of more open. You don't have to necessarily get into a program. And a lot of the people come in and they are looking, they've lost, like something happened, like they've lost their inspiration in that job, or they always lacked it. So for instance, I do encounter people who come back who didn't major in art, but they wanted to, but they didn't. They got a whole other degree in something else. And then they came back because they said, I always wanted to be an artist. And so I know it really does happen. And I know, I still feel the same way. It's like, are you going to, you've got to follow the thing that makes you passionate, that makes you, that inspires you on a daily basis. And I know that sounds so cliche, kind of corny, and maybe haphazard to follow that line of thinking. But I mean, if you love what you do, you're going to be set. You'll be good to go. You may encounter workplaces that may not agree with your way of working, but I think as long as you could always move to another place. If that's your calling, I feel like it kind of has to feel like a calling or something. But sometimes you just don't know. I know a lot of my students have no idea. They say, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know what to major in. And I'll just say, well, you're an artist then. No, because, you just have to kind of take classes and figure out what speaks to you, what is really calling to you. And for some people it's art, and for some people it's nursing. So I feel like you don't need to get, again, bogged down by the idea of like, well, I need to make sure it's going to make me money. I think the money, it is important in one way, but your self-worth and your health, your mental health is really, really important. It's more important than the money. And if the work that you're doing is hurting you, or the work that you're doing is making you feel down, that's not a good thing. So you need to find a different place, and it's okay to change. And it's okay to it's okay to change. We're constantly changing, even as we get older. I know a lot of the older students that come through the college, they always feel down about, well, I'm the oldest one, and that I should already know what I'm doing. I should already be this and that. And I'm like, no, why? That's not real. That's not a real expectation. We're always changing, and we'll never stop. Yeah.
Yes, it's so true, because you do this ebb and flow of deciding. So absolutely. So you have a daughter, I have a daughter. What would be something that you would say to our young ladies when they're trying to figure out what they want to do, or what would be something that as an advice for the young ladies like ours?
Yes, I guess I feel like I encounter a lot of young ladies who follow the man, or the boy. They follow the young man, and I really encourage the young women to really just be independent. And there's a lot of young women who say, well, I just want a boyfriend, and that's all they focus on. And they really just need to focus on themselves, because the more independent you are, the stronger you are, the more the right boy or man or or woman, whoever it is going to be attracted to you, and that'll be the right person for you. And you should always, think about yourself, be independent, focus on yourself and build yourself up, be strong. And all the things, the outside things will come to you, even the relationship. The relationship, if you're not strong from within, the relationship that comes from without is not going to be strong. And so you need that inside to be strong first, mentally and in your heart, in your mind. All of that needs to be strong, and support other women too. Support the other women, the young women in your classes, and support other women. Always support each other, and you'll have those friends forever, and you'll have their support always. Yeah.
I love that. Yes, absolutely. Great. So final question is what are you most excited about your future right now?
Oh, I'm excited about new relationships with different people. Growing up, I didn't really know how to have lots of friends, like I said, like women friends. Right. And so I didn't have a lot of support because I didn't support other women. And now I'm starting to engage with other women in my community, and I'm really happy about that. And I'm looking forward to, I just met a woman who does this community outreach program called Semaitas, and she gives books out and little art kits out, and she has like a little library program. So she's really cool, and I'm being her, just knowing her and trying to like engage with her, and even just interacting with some of my former students who are just up and coming young artists, and they have lots of questions, but also I have questions too, and so we learn from each other. Mm-hmm. Like I don't just think that, oh, I'm going to continue to teach them. I know that they're going to teach me things, and so I'm excited to just continue those relationships with women of all different backgrounds. Yeah.
I love that. That is so awesome. Well, Tina, I really appreciate you taking the time to take us through your career journey. I love the you sharing about your art, sharing about your journey, and how also the influence that you've had with students, and that you'll continue with the influence between even just your words and influencing them in a classroom, but also your art and the sharing of what you do there. So I am so glad that you are part of this Inspiring Women series. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.